I think this way we have cleared 8 cards again. If we clear 8 cards every round, we could make it, right? Hey everyone, this is Thecos and I'm back with the next video in my series for the Solitaire print-to-play game design contest currently hosted on Board Game Geek in the year 2025. And this time I will play D6 Alchemist. Pretty interesting game regarding like dice manipulation and stuff. Card-based, like all things that I like quite a bit. Before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's do this. Alright, there we go. I will not do a montage today, so let me just quickly set up the game because it's actually quite easy. So you are playing one of the Alchemists. There are like several ones that you can take. And each Alchemist comes with an assortment of tools, so to speak, right? Like each Alchemist has like different tools. There are also some more over here, for example, right? And also the game comes in its current state with a module. So what we do is we just put the Alchemist down in front of us. And then we'll just spread out the 4 tools here just like that. Then we take a regular deck of playing cards. I thought with the old school Alchemist kind of theme, I'm taking this like retro bicycle deck. It's like the 130th anniversary edition. And I find this like very pretty. It's nothing like too fancy, but it's just a very pretty deck in my opinion. Take a look at that cool card back. Very, very nice. And you sorted all the face cards here. That you just put in a stack right here, because this then is the error sync deck. You don't need to shuffle those, that doesn't matter. And all the other cards, so that's ace through 10. We don't need the jokers. You take these and we shuffle them up. Let's do that quickly. Give me a moment. There we go. Yeah, it should be pretty much like shuffled quite well, but let's just give it like 2-3 river shuffle here, and then I think we are okay for this playthrough. Just a small spoiler, I'm not very good at the game yet, but I think it's pretty cool, so I want to show it to you. And this is the Either Matrix deck. I will just put that up here, maybe a little bit higher like this. And this is like where we will like spread out the cards that we have to work with. Also, we will put aside 8 dice right here. So we'll just put them here. Let me just maybe put them up here or something. And 4 of those we will take into our current dice pool. And my dice pool I will just have over here. And then what we also do is we take a few tokens. These are for like having charges on our equipment. You can see there are like small dots here in the corner. So I will just put the required amount here, 1, 2, and another 2. And the other 2 we don't need in this game because that's the maximum of charge tokens we can have. And with that, the game is completely set up. What is our goal? Well, our goal is to go through the entire deck and clear all cards before this deck runs out. During the game, it will make sense how that can happen. And I think with that, you know enough that we can actually just start playing the game. So a round always starts with dealing 8 cards from the Either Matrix deck here in this row from left to right. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just do 4 in each row, but just keep in mind this is supposed to be 1 row, right? That means we go here from left to right and then we continue here, right? These are all in 1 row. Let me just make a little bit more room here. I will show you in a bit why that's important. All right, let's just do it like this. I think like this it works pretty well. So now we roll our dice pool. 2, 2, 6, 6. All right, and now we can just do like our actions here. We can either place 1 or more dice on these cards, or we can use our toolkit abilities, like all the equipment we have here. So we are playing as Alaric Graves today, the Recursive Chemist. These are all our skills here, our toolkit. And we have 2 actions. once per round, we can reroll our dice pool. Doesn't have to be now. I can also like start placing dice and then reroll my dice pool. Like for every 4 cards we clear in a single round, we gain 1 charge back. But that only works if we have spent a charge before, right? Because we cannot overcharge. Here's like room for 1, there 2, and there 2 charges, right? Currently everything is fully charged. Then here with the equipment, the Philosopher's Hand, we can discard that like forever. But it's a very, very strong ability because with that we can return all spent dice. So we will start placing dice here in just a moment on these cards to like clear them. And when they're spent, we cannot use them in this round anymore, right? We will get them back at the end of the round, like for the next round. But we can get them back once with this ability here. We need to like be very careful when we use that. Then we have the Chrono Catalyst. It's like this little flask here. Before re-rolling, like which we do here, for example, we can add 1 die to our dice pool, and after re-rolling, we have to remove 1 die again. But this way, we can like kind of control which numbers we get, right? And then we can also spend 1 charge here to use any once per round ability a second time. So either this one, that one, or this one here. Then the Voltaic Rod. It's like this. It looks like a wand almost. Once per round, you may freely clear 1 card value, 1 to 6, adding a die of the same value to a dice pool. So for free, we can clear 1 card and get a die that is very strong. Spend 1 charge to return a spent die to a dice pool, keeping its value. So we can just take 1 die back. And then we have the Fractal Lens here. You see that? Looks like a little mirror or something. Once per round, you may modify the value of an unspent die by 1. So we can just take 1 here and put it 1 up or down. And we can spend 1 charge to flip an unspent die to its opposite side. So we could just flip the 2 to a 5. Keep in mind, the opposing sides of a die always amount to 7, right? 2, 5, 6 would be 1 then, and so on. And with that, we can play. So we are trying to clear as many cards as possible because we will actually get a penalty if we don't. I will show you in a moment how that works. So it would probably make sense to put the 2 here to clear that one, all right? Put the 2 here to clear that. Actually, let me think. Oh, it's already getting difficult. 3, 4. No, actually, I will do that, right? And then we will just tilt them down a little bit so we have cleared them, right? We still have 2 6s here. With those, I cannot really do a whole lot, right? We would have to re-roll. Do a re-roll now or later? I think what I will do is I will do this once per round. So I will also tilt that down. You may freely clear 1 card valued 1 to 6. The only ones we have is 3 and 4. So let me clear the 4, and we now get a die of that value into our dice pool. That's good. And then we could modify the value of an unspent die of this one, for example, to a 3 to clear that one. We could do that. Actually, I don't want to clear a card now. I want to use an ability first if I can, right? I will spend a charge here from the Chrono Catalyst in order to use a once per round ability a second time. And I will use this one again. Once per round, you may freely clear 1 card valued 1 to 6. So I will clear that 3. So we get a 3 into our dice pool. That's good. And then I will do the reroll, I think. Yeah, now I will do... Actually, we could also... get 1 die back. Here, we can spend 1 charge to return a spent die and then reroll everything. I think that's a good idea. You know what? I will spend that charge as well. And then we will return this die to our dice pool. And then now we will reroll. But before rerolling, we add another one to our die pool. We just need to remove 1 in a moment. So now we have lots of dice. So let's see what we can do. So we have these all cleared. So we still need 10, 7. So we don't have a 7 and a 10, right? We can also put several dice on 1 card. So I would have maybe a 10 here, right? Yeah, 2, 5, that would be 7. So let's remove the 1. We definitely don't need that. So we would now have enough here, right? We would have 5 here. 2 5s for the 10. And here we would have 7, right? That would work. That means we didn't clear 2 cards, but we have cleared now 4 cards, right? Even 6. But for every 4 cards cleared, we can gain a charge back. So let me put a charge back on the Chrono Catalyst. So I could now try to use like mobility to get dice back, but I don't know if it's really worth it, right? We could spend 1 charge to return a spent die to our dice pool, keeping its value. We could take a 5 back and a 2, and then put them back on the 7. We could do that, right? I will just keep everything the way it is. I think we are fine now. So now we have like the end of the round. Now we do the cleanup phase. That means we discard all cleared cards. That means all of these here, right? These are just discarded. Let me just put them aside. Then we put these cards here to the left. We get 4 dice into our dice pool again. There we go. And then we reset all of that here. Like this. And now we have to look at the error sync deck. Now we have 2 cards left that we didn't clear. That means we have to discard 2 cards here. And as I said, right, as soon as this deck is empty and we need to draw a card, then we lose, right? So there's like kind of a timer, depending on how well we play. All right, now it's the next round. So now we do the same thing again. We deal 8 cards to the Either Matrix deck. So we have 10 cards now we have to deal with. That's not going to be easy, for sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. We roll our dice again, like this. All right, and now we just start a new round. And that's how the game works. There's one more rule that I haven't told you. What we can also do is I can put, for example, a 6 here on the 7, but there's 1 card missing, right? So I can take 1 card from that deck, and each card that I discard from the error sync deck counts as 1 towards what I have there, right? So for example, if I put it here on the 9, the 6, then I could like discard 3 cards and that would be fine. I could clear the card that way. So let's see, 5, 3, oh, that's all not very good. I will definitely clear that 3 here. I think that's a good idea. And also I think I will clear the 8 here. Like this. Ooh, it's gonna be really rough. So let's see what we can do. We need more dice in our dice pool, right? We can use the Philosopher's Hand at some point, but I don't know if that's a good idea. So, so I can freely, I will do that once per round. I can freely clear a card, 1 to 6. Unfortunately, there is no like 2 of the same number. That's always cool, right? Because you can just say I'm gonna clear a 4 and then put that 4 on another 4, but that's not possible here. But then I will just clear, I have a 6 here, right? I will clear the 4, so I will get a 4 into my thing here, and then I will put the 6 on here like this. And then I think I will spend 1 charge here in order to use this ability again. But that means I would not have spent the 6 here for now, right? So I will now again freely clear 1 card, 1 to 6. So I will clear this one here, get the 6 here into my die pool. So now I would have these 2 here to clear the 10. That's not too bad. So now I cleared 5 cards. It means I get 1 charge back. That means I will like put a charge on here again. Okay. We are doing okay. Not great, but okay. So we have like cleared these 5 cards here, right? I could now take all the dice back because that's a lot of dice, right? But before I do, I would have to use this one. So what I will do is I will modify the value of an unspent die by 1. Oh no, I can't put it on a 6. That's not possible. What do we do? I think I will spend 1 card here in order to put the 6 on here. Like this. And then I will discard my Philosopher's Hand in order to take all of these dice back. And then we re-roll them. And before we re-roll them, I will take 1 die from here, but we have to remove 1 again. So let's see, what else do we have? We still have 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me do it a bit more clear, which we have cleared. So 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we would have a 7 here. No, we would have a 7 here. We would have a 10 here, maybe. and the 5 is not doing anything. Yeah, but that way wouldn't be too bad. We could turn that into a 6. That's not gonna help. Now I need to puzzle a little bit, right? 8, 9, 5. Yeah, that's not quite going to work. But I have an idea. So then I will return this one. So now we have rerolled, so we put that down. And also we have used this one. Yeah, okay, so I will put the 5 and the 4 on here, so we can clear that one. Then I will put the 6 and the 2 on that one here to clear that one. And with that, we have cleared 8 cards, right? That means we get another charge back. And I will put that charge, of course, on here. Then we're fully charged again, which is really good. And then I will remove that charge again to return a spent die to my dice pool. And I will take the 5. I will keep its value. And then this is 10. We can put the 10 here on that 10. That is really good. We just cleared 8 cards, right? That is very, very good. Do we have possibility to get dice back? We can get 1 die back, but only 1, right? Yeah. We can only get 1 die back. That's not gonna help, unfortunately. If we could do that twice, right? 2 more times, that would be amazing. We could just clear another card, but we can't. All right, then we just leave it like this. So we discard all cleared cards, which is almost every card, which is really good. So let's just remove all of those. Then we have to discard 2 cards here from the sync deck because of those. We put all of these back up. Then we get our 4 dice back here, like this. And then we put 8 new cards here. Okay, the aces are pretty good. These are just a 1, right? Like everything 1 to 6 is the best thing, right? All right, so let's just roll all of these. Oh, by the way, let me just pull these down a bit again, like this. Okay, so usually we would have everything in one row, but you can imagine like that would be kind of bad to record. This way you can see everything better. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5. So first I will do this 1 per round. I will clear the 1 to get a 1 into my dice pool, and I will use that 1 immediately right here. So we have that. They have these 2 down. That's good. I think then what I will do, I will spend 1 charge to do that again. So I will just, doesn't really matter, but I will just clear this one here, and then we get a 6 into our die pool. Okay, so we have cleared 3 cards already. That is not bad. Then let's see what we can do with these dice here. We can get 1 of those back later. Potentially even more. Oh, I could also do this one here in just a moment. Okay, let's clear one of the higher ones. Let's do the 6, 7 here, the 6 and the 1 here to clear the 7. So now we have cleared 4 cards. We get a charge back. I'll put the charge on the Chrono Catalyst, and we'll use a charge immediately to like freely clear a card again, and I will just clear this one here to get a 5 into the die pool. And then we have 5 and 2 would have right here for the 7. And or will I do that? Give me a moment. It will be a 9 and a 6. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. Pretty much. It's pretty much the same thing, right? So I would put like 5, 4 right here. And then the 4 and the 6, that's not enough, but once per round we can modify 1 die. So I will put that to 3. And then we put that here and put that here. So now we have 5, 7. If I clear 1 more card, we get a charge back. Yeah, we can spend that charge here to return a spent die to our dice pool. I will get the 4 back, and we'll put the 4 on here. and then we get a charge back. I will put that on the Chrono Catalyst. I think this way we have cleared 8 cards again. If we clear 8 cards every round, we could make it, right? It's an issue that we didn't clear the 8 cards in the first round because we're always like 2 cards behind. Otherwise, we would have a perfect game, right? But that's not possible at the moment. There's nothing I can do here, right? No, not really. Like, these charges are really bad here. I really don't need those too much yet. Okay, then we're at the end of the round again. We clear all cards. We like remove all cards we have cleared. It's like all of those right here. So these are all gone. These two, we just put them here in the right order. We get our 4 dice back. We reset all of that up again. We lose 2 cards here. And then we put 8 cards there again. Okay. We are nearing towards the end of the deck. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more round. So if we clear 8 cards again this round, then we can actually finish this game next round, maybe. Or probably 2 rounds. So how's it looking here? Yeah, we need to clear 8 cards again, and then we could be fine. At least 7 we need to clear. All right, let's reroll those. Ooh, that's pretty bad. But okay, let's do this ability again as usual. I will clear the ace, so we get a 1, and then I will put that 1 immediately here, so we have cleared 2 cards. That is good. Then I will spend this charge here to use that once per round ability again. I will clear this one for free to get a 6, and I will spend that 6 here immediately to clear that one. We've cleared 4 cards, we get 1 back. I will put that on here. Yes, exactly. I think we just need to clear as much as we can. So I will actually do that again. I will spend this one here to use a once per round ability again. And I will clear this one here to get a 3 into our die pool. So now we've cleared 5 cards, 3 more. We can do this. So now what I will do is I will re-roll my dice pool. But before that, I will add a die that we have to return then again. So let's see, higher numbers, that is good. So let's see, we would have a 6 here, for example. We would have a 7. And here we would, we need to take 1 die back. Can we do that? Where do we get the die back? Here. We don't have a charge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna be tough. I don't think we can do that. Oh, that's a 2 here. Okay, we can work with that. Let me remove that one. So, put the 7 on here. Put the 6 right here. Oh no, wait. The 6 is already done. Give me a moment. I need to rethink this. The 6 we don't need anymore. We need 2. Okay, that's easy. And 7, 8, 9. Okay. 7. So 7 here. 9. Yeah, 7, 9, and then the 1 here. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it like this. So with the 7 on here, I'll put the 9 over here. Now we have cleared 7 cards. And the 1 here, I can once per round modify this by 1. I'll put this on a 2. So we can do this. So now we get a charge back, and I will put the charge on. Like, this power is so strong here, right? The combination. But to get a die back is also not bad. But I think I will still put it on here. And that's all I can do, right? Yeah. Because I could take 1 die back also, but it would just not be enough, right? I can't get to a high number. So we will leave it like this. That means I will put all of these aside again. Well, I can only take the 4 dice for next round. We have cleared all of those. That's nice. These 2 we haven't cleared. Let me reset all of that. We have to remove 2 cards. We still have 3. So I think we could actually make it. And then we put all the cards we have here, because that's exactly 8. And then we roll our dice. Okay, so that's again not a very great roll, but okay. So first I will use that power here as usual. I will just clear the 5. I will get a 5 that I will put here immediately, like this. Then I will spend this charge token to do that just again, right? I will, doesn't really matter. 4, 5, 3, 2. Doesn't matter what 4, 5 I could put here. So let me take the 3. And then I will modify it by 1 to put it on the 2 and also clear that one. So now we have cleared 4 cards. We get a charge back. And I will put that charge on here. And then I will use that ability again in order to get a 4 here, right? And then can I somehow put that on a 5? Only once per round. Opposite side. I need a 5. I need a 2. I don't have that. I think we need to re-roll in just a moment. But first, the 4 and the 5 are actually pretty good. But actually, what I could also do is like 4, 1, that would be 9. I put the 5 on there, but the 1 would be lost, right? No, let me do it differently. Let me re-roll everything. I will take this extra die here. Oh no, that one's fine. That one can stay there. Then re-roll everything, but I have to remove 1 die again. Yeah, this is better. This is better. So we would have a 5. We would have a 10, for example. The 6 doesn't do anything. Okay, can we do it differently then? 5, 8, 8. That's good. Then I remove this one here. I put the 5 on here. Put the 8 on here. And this 8 on here. Okay. And with that, I will... Oh, we have cleared 8 cards again. That means we get a charge back. Let me put that one in here. And then we get all our dice back. Okay. Not all of them, but like the 4 here. We clear these cards like this. We have a new round. We don't have any cards we can take here, right? But we have to remove 2. We still have 1 card left. That one could actually maybe help us here with the last round. And then, yeah, we just start the next round. Let's see. Okay, so actually there's no card here that we can clear with that effect. Actually, then I would have put it here, of course, because I see that we can't do that. Okay. So we do have a 9 here, but we would have to re-roll something. Okay, then let me do this. Put the 9 here. So this one is cleared. Then I would spend this charge here in order to get the die back. Would I do that? No, I don't think I would do that. What I would do is I would first re-roll my dice pool and also get 1 die in here that I have to remove again. Okay, we do have a 5. Okay, that's fine. We can just remove 1 of those. Then I will spend this one here to get 1 die back. And then I will put the here on the 10. And with that, we actually win the game. Okay, wow, this was pretty tough at the end, but we actually won. And I wouldn't have thought that I could actually win this game, because I think the game is quite tough and I'm not that great at it. But you just saw, right? With using everything quite in a clever way, we made it well. We did quite well. I did not use that charge ability ever to flip like an unspent die to its opposite side. I never used that. Maybe I could have used it, but it worked very well like this. I hope I played by the correct rules, right? Because this combination here is very, very strong. But then again, without that combination, I couldn't have made it. So yeah, I think it's good. All right, well, and that's how you play D6 Alchemist by Michael Sewell. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was very fun to showcase here. Alright, as usual, I would like to thank you all for your support. Especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons, and the biggest thanks go to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. The monthly game nights are very fun. You can support me as well by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, support me on Patreon, and join my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and cheers.